skip this intro. This week we got a sports horror film for you. It's called Him. And if you thought it was directed by Jordan Peele, so did I. Apparently it's not. It's from his company, and from the title, the way it sounds, the ads, I thought it was. But just to let you know ahead of time, it's not. So a sports horror film? That's pretty novel, right? We don't really get many of those. And this one happens to have 3 comedians in it, which is even a interesting twist because they're not funny in this movie. You're mostly known for them for being funny, but they're taking a serious turn in this movie. And that's Marlon Wayans, Jim Jeffries, and Tim Heidecker. They're all in there. The overall concept of the movie is kind of like taking something like Eyes Wide Shut and Any Given Sunday and blending them all up into a bowl and seeing if it works. But the question is, would you eat this in the end? And it's kind of meh. So it's got this up and coming college quarterback. He's the next big thing. And of course, he gets called out to this football ranch in the middle of the desert for his idol, who is like a star. He's like a Tom Brady star quarterback, you know. And where have we heard this plot before? He's getting drawn out into the desert to some sort of football compound. Is the football compound surrounded by cult-like fans? Yes. Does shit go crazy almost immediately when he gets there? Yes. We've seen this plot before in a lot of movies. So the plot's a little bit dusty. We've heard it before. But what is interesting is Marlon Wayans playing a crazy version of Tom Brady. And also in there, you've got Jim Jeffries, who plays this doctor who's kind of had like his soul stolen and he hates being there. And you've got Tim Heidecker, who shows up as a sleazy agent. So you have those good things going for it. So yeah, little bits of it are interesting. I especially liked in this movie when they have the football training sequences. They kind of cut to an X-ray skeletal look of what's going on. It's very Mortal Kombat when you see people just like slamming into each other and you can see what's happening to their bodies as they explode. And of course, like any modern horror movies, it's the last 15 minutes where shit goes completely bonkers. And this one does do that. Overall, I don't think the movie is worth like going out to the movie theater to see. You can wait till streaming if this is the kind of thing you're interested in. What I would like to see is what football fans' reactions would be to seeing this movie, because I think they're the ones who would be most invested in this. For the next one, we have a Netflix documentary. It's called AKA Charlie Sheen. You know him. You either love him or hate him. He's a bona fide movie star. He was in Platoon. He had his thing in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He was in Major League. He was in, did I already say Platoon? I don't know. He was in Wall Street. He has a run of classic movies. Now, we already knew that he was a party boy. By the time I was in college, he had probably already been in and out of rehab multiple times, and he was known to have like his party squad of friends with like Nicolas Cage. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. was in there. I don't know. But he is like a poster boy that I can think of 90s rehab. It's like him, Scott Weiland, Robert Downey Jr. They were in and out all the time. But me personally, I never knew just how bad it got up until the like Tiger Blood area. That's when like it became most obvious that this dude is on drugs, because he was out there saying, oh no, I'm not doing anything. It's just in my blood. And if you lived like me for a day, you die. Yeah, because he was smoking huge rocks of who knows what. 6 grams doesn't sound like a lot until you're dealing with drugs, hardcore drugs, kid. So good thing it's on streaming, because it is a 3-hour banger and it's split right down the middle. You've got the part from him as a kid to becoming a movie star, and it stops like right where that Tiger Blood era begins. Like that's when everything spirals out of control and it gets even more interesting, because even when he's in rehab, he's up to hijinks. So at the very least, it is entertaining. He's lived one hell of a life, and he's lived a lucky one too. And you know, he's super talented. His movies speak for themselves. He's a character. There's so many other people out there that drugs have just swallowed whole, and he just managed to like plow right through whatever that hole is and just keep going and come out almost clean on the other end. I say almost clean. There is the AIDS. So yeah, the dude's an absolute machine. You should definitely watch this. Spark up a J, but nothing harsher than that. Stop at weed. And side note, at the end, tell me exactly what you think it means when Charlie says the other side of the menu. As usual, for the throwback movie, we've got another weird one. It's called The Kirlian Witness. A woman's sister has been murdered. There are no witnesses except for a plant. Only the 70s could produce a TV movie with such a weird concept and take it totally dead serious. You'd think a movie with like a weird concept, such as a plant being a murder witness, would be like wilder and wackier and not be like kind of flat in the beginning and taken so seriously. The one thing this movie does have going for it is it has a pretty cool soundtrack. It was really good. And I was like, where have I heard this before? Oh yeah, the guy who made the Friday the 13th soundtrack. You remember? All that? Same guy, like maybe a year before they did the Friday the 13th movies. But the title, what is Kirlian? I didn't even know that. I had to look that up. Okay, so Kirlian is some sort of X-ray photography that reveals like the biorhythms or something of living organisms. It's all very 70s, very hippie stuff. So of course she starts doing it to this plant, and freaky thing, she starts seeing her sister's face in whatever these pictures are. So of course, as always, the cops are of no help of someone who's been murdered. They don't seem to be trying very hard. It's New York City in the 70s. They probably had a lot of shit to deal with. So what does this lady start doing? She gets into this plant shit. She starts hooking up a lie detector to the plant and like trying to get it to react to certain things. And she starts bugging her apartment and inviting in people she suspects may have killed her sister. You know, what normal people do. The whole beginning of the movie is a slog. It goes on for like 45 minutes until it starts to get really interesting. There's a great twist in the end though, that kind of almost makes it worth watching. Surprisingly, it's streaming in a lot of places. You can get it on Apple, you can get it on Amazon. I would suggest look it up on YouTube where it's free. You can at least fast forward through the bullshit parts and get to the crazy parts about the plant, or get to the crazy chase scene at the end. That's what's worth watching. It's got about 10 solid minutes that are worth watching. Hey, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching Quiet Corner TV, Red Hood Movie Reviews. You keep coming back, I'll keep watching, and I'll keep talking. Talk to you later.